marketing for a very young brand, being a startup, if I can say so. How is your ratio of your marketing ad spend, marketing budget, given the fact that digital is taking the center stage now, and a lot of decision makers in marketing are now kind of looking less at TV and print. How do you look at it?
So, being a startup and being a very younger kind of a brand, we've always focused our spends on digital. So it's not been that we've always gone very highly on the traditional channels. We've always done traditional channels just to get more and more reach to understand that how it is benefiting us. Another problem with that being that we are more of a healthcare brand. We are a healthcare brand, right? So it takes a lot of trust and all. So you just can't build so much a lot of trust with the online. So we also do a lot of offline. And but our ratios, if you always look at it, has always been 80% on digital and 20% on the traditional media. Right now, those have gone down, but the traditional ones have gone down. But the ones which are on digital are still high as always.
Good to know. Do you have a different take on how the large ecosystem is looking at it? I mean, is this the same sentiment for all across? How do you look at this?
So I feel it is more of an opportunity. So if you look at it, that from another perspective is that there were a lot of brands which were putting a lot of branding spends which were going into digital mediums. Now, since they're pulling those out, what happens is it affects our CPMs. That I can advertise more. I can reach out to more number of customers on platforms like Facebook and YouTube. So we look at it.
More ROI.
Yeah, so we look at it as an opportunity. We don't look at it as a loss. So being focused on performance since day one, we have not seen a slump in our spends. That's because it's always been that way.
I agree. So you being completely result driven, right? You being in the journey of marketing since so long, what have been some of the milestones you would like to share with us?
There have been a lot of things which are amazing that happened through the journey. One of the biggest milestone was that how do you improve? So there is always a fight of improving your CAC.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And there's a demand of always increasing more and more business. So what most people tend to do is they start losing a lot of money, they start spending higher. So what we did was we increased our intake of the top of the funnel by approximately 30%, and we did all of that by working on a user experience, which was that our website. That what we found out was that our website was loading in certain places in 16 seconds. So we said the first thing we got to do is bring it down to 2 seconds. And the second we were able to do that, we saw a 30% jump. So that was a big achievement that, we were able to deliver more and more and without increasing our spend. So that was a very big moment for us because it becomes for a startup, it is a very critical point that, if you can reduce your cost and still grow much faster than the market, then you are a much scalable business.
Good to know. We know that digital is taking center stage and advanced technology coming into play. How do you see the generative AI kind of impacting the role of CMOs? We also know that this role of CMOs is now kind of interlinking with CIOs, maybe CBOs, and the role of CMOs is now closely related to business outcomes, the numbers, yeah? How do you look at technology driving or evolving, helping CMOs to evolve better?
See, it actually helps us a lot. If you look at it in a different manner is, let's say, if you're advertising digitally, first thing you need to do is write an ad copy. You can either hire 10 copywriters to write those ad copies, or you can go to ChatGPT, type in that So we've done both. So what we do is, why you need a marketer is to get that insight. Once you have that insight, you can always use your generative AI to enhance it, right? Because otherwise you're looking for that, I need to have that best guy who can write a copy. I need to have that best guy who can create a creative. So our teams have been working with the generative AI in terms of creating the videos. So how we went about is that we started creating a lot of doctor videos, and the thing was, first you had to hire a lot of doctors and then create videos. Rather than doing that, what we did is we started creating AI generated videos, which had the content which written by the doctors, but as you know, doctors are doctors. They're not supposed to be speakers, right? So that problem gets sorted. And you've been using all of that. And I believe technology is actually a marketer's best friend. If you start treating it as a threat, uh, I think you're already on a way of top form.
But not even if I kind of counter it a little, not counter straight away, but still have a different point of view. If you can kind of state a few of examples that can be taken as potential challenges of leveraging AI, in your view, what can be that?
It is when you do not have a direction where you're going to use the AI. Problem that I feel is that everyone is talking about utilizing AI, but they're not very sure of where do they want to use it. So, for example, we were in conversation with an AI company to build conversational AIs for us. Now, what we understood was that where do we want to use it? It could be when a person reaches out to us when he is in pain, or is it that when he is looking for a solution and he's gone through the journey, he's gone through the surgery, and he requires your help aid at few of the few points which can be answered over call. So we plan to use it on that side rather than the.
I really appreciate. We know that the technology is smart enough, but we even need the smarter brains to kind of use it and use it in a right manner. Any prominent trend, any prominent development across the marketing segment you have seen that is here to stay for long?
I think
that will kind of come up and shape up as a trend.
See, I think the conversational AIs are going to become even more powerful than generative AIs, because we as people want to have a lot of conversations. So specifically in our business, where a person wants to hear and talk to the other person and explain what his problem is, that is where it's going to become very powerful. And as and when it becomes more and more powerful, and it becomes more and more, it learns more, and it's able to give you better results, you would want to opt for that rather than bursting out your daily based cost. So that is very important for us.
How awards, kind of these awards, can add value to your professional life, professional journey, whatever plans you have going forward? Yeah, that I want to know.
So getting this award is kind of a recognition that, you know, in the mist out there, that you're standing out in another way, and it helps you build a lot of things. It helps you cut through a lot of clutter. So professionally, it's a great award, just because knowing that, you know, someone has been recognized for something, you are sure that, you know, what the capability is, the person is that the right guy to work with. So that has been I think it's going to have, for me, it's one of the biggest achievements as a professional. And I believe it's going to add a lot of value to me as a person, and help me reach to the places which I want to.
Glad to know. Congratulations once again. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for joining us.